Join us while we level out ground in preparation to build a shed entirely out of pallets.
This is Desert Homestead Prepping. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. Well, I know that we've been talking a lot about the outdoor kitchen and getting that all ready and gathering flagstone for that, and the wood burning cook stove, and we definitely have that on our radar to be a priority, but the main priority is we need storage big time, because we have all kinds of stuff in here. You can see this is our shipping container. It's just packed full of all kinds of random stuff, and we tried to organize it, and eventually got to a point where there's just so much in here that it was basically impossible to rummage it back and forth and around. So that's the priority for this trip, is to build a storage shed for all of this stuff. Well, not all this stuff, but a lot of this stuff can be left out there. And then of course we have lots of random things in the pump house. And so this shed right here, we're gonna take all of, like the cabinets and things like that, and put them in this new storage shed. And this will just be for like lumber, and that's gonna be the focus this time. So we'll get going on that, and hopefully everything goes together well. We also need to work on Gabe's motorbike. So that's what Gabe's working on right now. So we got Gabe. He's pulling his carburetor off. So the carburetor that was on this started having issues, and so Gabe bought another carburetor off of Amazon, and it was pretty cheap. I think it's a Chinese one, and it was only like 25 bucks. And now we're understanding why it was so inexpensive. So we got the old carburetor here that's almost identical looking. So we're going to see if we can kind of switch out some of the jets and between the two carburetors, see if we can get it working right. So that's what Gabe's working on right now. Matthew's project is a little less complicated. We sprung a leak on our hose, so he has cut off kind of the bad end, and he's gonna put a new end on it, and so he's working on that. And for me, I am working on the location of our new shed. So we're trying to figure out what's going to be the best location. I don't want it too far away from everything, because we want to collect rainwater off of it, which is kind of the plan for pretty much every structure we build. We want to be able to catch as much rainwater as possible. So I'm thinking right in this area, because we kind of have this road here that goes to the root cellar, and then just before these barrels there's another road that goes kind of up and around the supply pile. So right here seems to be pretty good. Plus it's uphill from the garden. If we need excess water, we can bury a line like we've done for the trees over here. And so yeah, that's what we're thinking is going to be a good spot for it. Eventually we're going to have to start building in other areas of the property, but I really I really want our living structures and our storage close together, because I want to be able to utilize some of the other open areas later on for, you know, goat pens and chickens and, you know, and those kind of things. So we're going to use the pallets that we have and all the odd and end pieces of wood to be able to build this shed. And I want to make it a little better than the shed that we have over here. So I'm going to make this one a little nicer with a door on it and probably a window, and we'll move some of that stuff over here, and we'll utilize this shed for all lumber. The way that I'm going to level this out is the same way that I kind of leveled out this area for the cabin, and the way that I leveled out the area for the shed. I'm going to actually use the snow plow on the four-wheeler. So we'll let you see that process. It's, you know, it's not able to push a whole bunch of dirt, but the way that I've modified the plow on that by taking the springs off of it and putting these rigid coupler pieces on there that's going to hold the edge straight up, makes it so that it can actually push, you know, some dirt. And all we got to do is kind of skim across it a couple times. We don't have to dig in deep, and we'll be able to continue to skim and push, and we'll be able to level out a spot fairly easy. And, you know, of course, a little bit of shovel work here and there. So I'm going to get going on that, and we'll see how well it goes. Okay, this is what we got right here. I think the plow worked pretty good. Just that a lot of going back and forth, skimming and digging in and then backing up and skimming some more. So we'll get the level out, and we'll get it fairly level and go from there. All right, so I got these, I don't know what they are, like some railing or something from some old trailer house porch. They're not perfect, but they're straight enough to give me an idea of what I got going on. So this this is where we're at on this one. It's pretty level, except for, yeah, I think that's pretty good. And then if we move this one over here to the side, this one's really nice and level. You can see that. And you know, it may settle. I mean, now that I've disturbed the earth and some places are packed and others are more fluffy, it may settle, but I think it should be fine. Yeah, that's how we got it. That four-wheeler worked pretty good for clearing some land, clearing at least the brush and everything out of the way. And now we just gotta get our pallets all selected that we're gonna use, haul them over here. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stake them to the ground with T-posts. So I'm gonna put T-posts in on each of the corners, which is gonna anchor it in place from the wind. And then I'm gonna attach, you know, the pallets together. It's gonna be interesting. I made this shed out of pallets, but these were huge pallets. I mean, this one wall right here is just one pallet. So that one is actually just 4 pallets. So it wasn't really too hard. This one's gonna be a network of probably, I don't know, 10 or 15 pallets put together to figure out how to make it work right. All right, well, that's how we got the ground level. I don't know if this idea would work well for you guys. I mean, you could always come out here with the shovel and a rake and level the whole thing out. I kind of like doing it with the plow. It's a little easier, and also it's kind of fun, you know, cruising around on the four-wheeler and pushing the dirt. Well, that wraps it up for this video. Make sure you guys come back next time and we'll continue the progress on our pallet shed. We wish you the best. Keep us in your prayers, and God bless you and your family.